here. So I've had some people asking me about cutting bangs right now during our quarantine time at home, safer at home. We haven't been able to get haircuts, and some people want a little change in their life and they want to do some bangs. So I'm going to give you some helpful tips on cutting bangs. So we don't want you to get short bangs or too short. So you always start by getting like a triangle or an oval, kind of like a half circle area at the very top of each side of your part. Okay, and depending on how much bangs you want is how far back you're going to go. I would suggest starting with a very small amount right in front, especially if you haven't had bangs before, because if you have a natural part, a lot of times your part is very definite. It's just there, and it's very hard to make the bangs used to coming forward. So it's going to take some training where you have to, wet them, blow dry them, things like that. So the less you have kind of gets you used to it and gets the hair used to going in that area, in that way, okay? So take a little, I'm gonna take kind of like a half moon kind of a shape or a half circle. I'm gonna clip this hair back. Let me get the other side here. Clip this hair back just to make it easier. And we want to make sure it's even on both sides, that you have the same amount of hair on both sides. Okay. Nice straight partings. And it's a lot easier for the hair to be semi-wet, not really, really wet, and not too dry, okay? Because what happens is when hair dries, it shrinks up. So if you're cutting your bangs at a length that you think is a good length, and then it dries, and then once it dries, they're gonna be like up here. So you wanna make sure that they're not too dry, but not too wet, okay? So now you're going to take all the hair. So if we want our bangs to go like short to long, kind of like frame the top of our face or our eyes, we want to bring all the hair to the middle. Okay, comb it nice and smooth, bringing all the hair to the middle, holding it right in the middle, and you could make a little flip, make a little turn. Or just pinch it really tight. That's what I like to do. I like to pinch it really tight right in the middle so that it kind of looks like this. So let me put my comb down so you can see. So I'm pinching all the hair together. So if you notice, I'm bringing all the hair from the sides. So I'm over directing the sides to the middle. That's going to create a long side, the sides to be a little longer. So I'm pinching it right in the middle, right in the front. Nice and tight, holding it straight down. And I want to cut it as close to the face as I can. If I lift it up like this, I'm going to get really short bangs. It has to be flat to your face. And then you make your cut. Okay, and then once you let it go, now you can see short to long. So your bangs are going to be short to long. Okay? So depending on how short you want them or how long you want them, you also have to take into consideration that if you're going to blow dry them, they're going to shrink up a little bit. Some people like it right above the eyebrow. They like them below. They like them longer. It's all your own preference. Whatever you or the client wants, that's what you cut. Okay, I'm gonna cut, my client wants a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna recomb. I like to cut it in, different steps. I don't like to cut it all at once short because you're not exactly sure what length your client wants, and if you cut them too short, you can't put that hair back. It's gonna stay there. So it's gonna stay short. So I like to go little at a time, let the client look at it and decide if it's a good length for her. You know, because remember, the shorter you go, especially if that client isn't used to seeing bangs. Also, if you hold up like this, elevate, it's gonna cut short. So you always want to cut at a 0 degree. Okay. Okay, so now I got a little shorter, which I feel like that's a good length. Now once I get this length, once I cut it, I can hold it up. Now I can hold it up, and I can just go in like point cutting and thin it out a little bit so that it's not so heavy and thick. Okay. So I'm just going in and point cutting out pieces. Kind of like little triangles in there. And if it still looks too thick, I can lift it up a little bit and cut in a little more. And now my client has cute bangs. And that's your fast, quick